What up, dude bros? I'm Frank. This is something of a special video. We're going on an adventure.
I'm going on an adventure!
This particular adventure is to solve a problem I have in my studio, dart collection. I review Nerf blasters on this channel, hopefully you know that, and to review each blaster I have to test the blaster extensively, shooting it a few hundred times most of the time. And as you might imagine, firing a few hundred rounds means you have to pick up a few hundred rounds. Dart collection takes up a lot of the time in my review procedure. And I'm not quite satisfied with the targets I recently built, the metal circle ones, because it's a little hard to see the dart fly through the air. I want to revert back to a dart net, which I previously used on my channel. I reached out to my contact at Blaster Boards and I was like, hey bro, can I build a castle out of your stuff? And he was like, yeah bro, here's some boards. And I was like, thanks bro. And he's like, yeah bro, go for it. I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but that's pretty much how the conversation went. And this video is sponsored by Blaster Boards, so thank you very much, Blaster Boards. Blaster Boards are like giant Lego, pretty much. You can build giant castles, Nerf barriers for your Nerf wars, or, in my case, a giant dart net. So, the dart net has two major objectives. First, capture Nerf darts. Obviously, when I want to fire into it, it should harness the Nerf darts and collect them into a little plastic tote. That makes dart sweeping super fast. I just pull out the tote and boom, they're all swept. I don't have to pick any darts up off the floor. And second, I want to cosmetically improve my firing demo segments in my review videos, both to make it look cooler so I'm not just shooting at a wall, and also to make it easier to see the dart flying through the air when I'm shooting on video. The design here is similar to past dart nets that I've built. I've built a few out of PVC, like the frame with the netting, so I have a pretty good idea of what will work, but I might have to improvise a little bit. So now to the design process. Yeah, I have my graph paper. It's getting real. If you couldn't tell, I hide it pretty well. I'm a bit of a nerd. If you don't care about design, you can skip ahead to see me actually build it. I started with a rough draft. This is the final design, and I start out with a series of dots to indicate the limits of the design. It's all based on one primary structure with 3 adjacent structures to add to the size. The netting, or the dart catching portion of the unit, will be affixed to PVC, and these green lines indicate where the netting will be. I really like the appearance of the Blaster Board's reactive targets, so I'm putting those up on pillars reminiscent of a castle design. A clear plastic tote indicated by the pink square will be located in the bottom in a slide-through drawer, so I can pull it out and grab my ammo very quickly. The darts will be funneled using 2 ramps made of poster board, represented by these 2 purple lines. Now drawing the side view, now drawing the top view, now cleaning up the draft, labeling, now drawing a very rough, not really to scale isometric draft. This is just of the main unit, so I don't accidentally build it incorrectly, so I can look through it and around it, sort of. I'd like to elaborately plan and draft this stuff, so when I go to build, I don't have to really work on the fly. I can just look at my reference draft and do it perfectly the first time. It doesn't work for all projects, but drafting this one is really fun. I start in pencil and write over with marker, so I only have the visible structures in the final draft, as opposed to a bunch of hidden lines all over the place. Hidden lines can certainly be helpful, but in this case, I just wanted to see how it would look from the outside, as opposed to a see-through skeleton, like with hidden lines as if I'm in AutoCAD. Color coding, so it's easy to see at a glance, both for your benefit and mine when I go to build. In an isometric draft of the PVC skeleton, this is what the netting will be affixed to, but I already have that part built, so it won't be on video. And we're done. Oh yeah. Whew, okay, well that took way longer than I expected. I got a little into it, but this is the color-coded draft, so you can kind of see, well hopefully you can see what's going on here. This will fit in my space. It's collapsible pretty much. Like this is one main structure, which I've outlined here because front view doesn't really show you what's going on here. It's a total frame built around the PVC frame, which will be embedded in there, and the PVC will have the net attached to it, and this will just be to make it look super cool, all the Blaster Boards units around it. So right here, front view, tote down here to the ramps with the netting in the background, so I'll be shooting into this area where you can see the green hashing indicating netting. I have the little reactive targets up here, and I might add one right here, but I just kind of want to build it first to see how it looks and to see how many boards I have left over. I also added little windows. These will be like little ports through. These are also 3-dimensional. It's not just like a plate of Blaster Boards, it's an entire unit. So these will be like through, like built-in windows. Pretty cool. Top view doesn't really add anything because I added this at the end. The little tote will be resting here underneath and everything will be falling straight down into the tote. This is a little draft of my PVC so you can see what's going on there. That's in like a frame. It's not like plated. So now that I've elaborately designed my target system, I can start building. It's time for an epic montage. Let's do it, bros. Let's do it. Okay, status update. I finished the main structure, but unfortunately I ran out of boards, which surprises me because I had a ton of blaster boards. My contact over there was very clear. He wanted me to build whatever I wanted, so I'm gonna call him and try to get more. Bro, Frank, what's up? Ran out of boards, bro. Yeah, I know, right? Castle looking epic. Yeah, bro, you offered. Can I have some more? When do you think you'll get those in the mail? Is that like 3 to 5? 1 second, somebody's at my door. Oh, is that, seriously? Well, that's some expedited shipping. He sent over way more than I was expecting. I'm gonna be able to build like additional stuff now, so that's sweet. Thinking maybe like a front structure, like another mini fort or something to add more depth to the front. I don't know. So let's get into building the sidewalls.
We need to talk about your flare.
Really?
So here is the dart net completed. I think it looks fantastic. I'm super happy with how the whole project turned out. I think it looks incredible and it works quite well. I built one additional structure up in the front. This is just another standalone wall. This isn't attached to the main unit so I can pick it up. I was able to build that because Blaster Board sent over way more boards than I was anticipating. So I was able to build these 3 walls, which I planned and was really stoked about, than this. And I actually have a few more off screen. So if I want to build something specific for a video, I can without destroying this because it's so pretty. I really dig how the reactive targets look when you put 5 of them together like this, so it's a reactive target from every direction, and the reactive target, if you hit it, it reacts. Hence the name, reactive target. It reacts and it's a target, so when you hit it, it spins and it looks awesome. So a little functional overview of what's happening here when you shoot. Even though there are targets all over the place, it's designed to be shot into the net. So you fire and it hits the net, and this is freestanding, so when a dart strikes it, it's able to absorb the kinetic energy with a little bit of motion without rebounding. If your netting is super tight, like in the back here, the round can actually ricochet because it's too firm. So this being super loose and flexible is vital to absorbing the energy of the ammo and then dropping it into the tote. The ramps are made out of white poster board, which are secured to the netting in the PVC with a few black zip ties. I used poster board because it's super easy to work with. You can cut it up with scissors. You don't need a saw or anything like that. And Nerf darts dropping are super lightweight, so it's not like it has to be wood or steel. And on top of the poster board, I have some of this grippy stuff, and that's really to reduce the audio. So when the darts are dropping, it doesn't ricochet off of the poster board, or at least it doesn't sound like that. So the dart's energy is absorbed by this flexible piece of netting. It drops down and it's funneled into the tote, which is right here. and very easy to pull out, so then I can do dart sorting or just grab whatever I want. And now instead of walking around my entire house to collect my ammo, it's all right here, assuming I didn't miss my giant hole with the netting. And to spice it up, I added some jolts. This is kind of the blue side, that's more or less the red side. So I have 4 blue jolts and then these rival flags. These things are included with Phantom Core blasters, and I have a bunch of these and I really just don't use them. So I think they look cool. They kind of spice up the appearance of the unit. So blue versus red, and then orange is kind of in the middle, doing whatever. And this Beware of Unicorn sign I found on Amazon on accident as like a recommended purchase or whatever, and had to have it. So that's it. That's my new dart net. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it looks really cool. It works well as far as capturing the balls, and I've also done some video tests, and it is easier to see the darts through the air. So it does everything I set out to make it do. Mission completed. Oh yeah. Thank you very much again to Blaster Boards for sponsoring this video and supporting my quest to build the ultimate dart net. Outside of an automated ammo sorter or a bunch of like ammo racks behind, so I have all of the different ammos I need like on hand, I don't really think I could improve this in any way. If you have a recommendation or an improvement suggestion, leave that in the comment section below. That concludes my Nerf dart net video. Thanks so much for watching, bros, and as always, stay tactical.